We were in need of some winter sunshine, and this was a trip we've been looking forward to for ages. We were heading down to the massive Orellana in the Extremadura region of Spain, and we'd got the ferry down from Plymouth to Santander, which meant only a 6.5 hour drive at the other end. We were going to need a bit of help at the other end, and we were meeting up with Edwin and Ressi of Angling Escapes, who knew the lake as well as anyone. Orellana is a huge sprawling venue at nearly 13,000 acres. And although it holds a lot of carp, those carp can be absolutely anywhere, and location is always the key. So a bit of local help is always very useful, and Edwin not only knew where some carp were, he'd been baiting areas and catching a few before our arrival, so I was looking forward to getting the rods out. The plan was that Joan was going to stay back at the house with Ressi and the dogs, and I would head off up the lake with Edwin for a few days. It was a long trip up to the area we was going to fish, probably 3 or 4 miles, but in his boat with the outboard motor, it was quite a straightforward journey. Well, I've got to say, this is absolutely beautiful. We've come a long way up the lake. It's amazing how big this lake is, actually. Even bigger than what I thought it was, but it's beautiful. And the thing was that all the way up the lake, there's literally not another angler. My first rod, I've already got my first rod out. You can't really see, probably can't see the H-block now, but I've marked the spot. Basically what I was looking for was the bottom of a drop-off, which of course with the echo sounder is easy. It goes down to about 9-10 metres, just down the slope, off the ledge to the bottom. There you go, it's hit bottom now. That's really nice. The leader knot is just on the reel there, so that's a good sort of gauge of the depth. First evening on the lake, and just look at that. And all that what you can see out there, there's not another angler. Once the sun had gone down, it was amazing how quiet it was out there. No sound pollution, no light pollution, and it was really dark until the bright full moon came up. And there were plenty of fish jumping out there. First of all, at real ranges, we could just hear them in the distance, but after a time they were jumping over the baits as well, and I was really confident of something happening. Well, we got one. A lovely Orellana common, £31, and yeah, we'll recognise this one again. He's got a birthmark on his tail, a dark area. The sunshine is beautiful, and yeah, it's a glorious day in Spain. What more could you want, eh? One of these, bit of sunshine, and loads of peace and quiet. Brilliant. It was all very chilled out fishing. It seemed like there wasn't much chance of action during the day, so it gave us loads of times to just sit around, enjoy the scenery, and you know, prepare the rods for later on in the day. I soon found out that the weather was quite changeable on Orellana. The sunshine was replaced by quite a thick mist, but it didn't stop the fish from jumping or indeed from feeding. God, it's a cold, misty morning. Definitely chill in the air this morning, but there's been a mad little feeding spell anyway. Yeah, they're stunning, these fish. They really are. Lovely golden, well, bars of gold. That's exactly what they are, Spanish gold. Absolutely beautiful fish. Just show you the other one. This one's the smaller of the two. Two completely different rods, different areas. There we go, two nice commons. Happy days. But Edwin had a real smile on his face that morning, and for very good reason. He had landed an absolute cracker, a beautiful Orellana common, £53. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
What a fish, look at the pink orange colours
Yes.
under there.
That's from eating the grass. Often they are like that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That really is lovely.
Really happy with that.
God.
Really happy with the fish.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Just a quick photo.
Over the last few months, really since sort of early summer, I've been using the slip D rig, and it's been really effective for me actually. It's worked really well, and I've always been told that it nails fish really well, hooks them well, lands them well, and until I tried it, you know, you've got to try things for yourself. That's the only way really to find out if they work and get confidence in them, and so that's what I did, and yeah, sure enough, it worked that well that it's all I've used ever since, more or less. The thing with fishing places like this, you know, it's all about having something that's robust, it's strong, durable and effective. You know, it's still got to be effective, but it's rocky out there, you know, there's lots of sandy areas with sort of rocks and a few tree stumps and different bits, but you know, gear has got to be strong enough to cope with that. And so I'm using 25-pound skin link. I'm using mono leaders with braided main line. Big leads as well to keep it actually in position. And size 4 long shank fang twisters. Bait wise, yeah, I'm using boilies, and I'm also using tigers and maize. Maize is the mainstay of the bait on this lake, I should imagine, for most people, and the fish do eat it. They eat boilies as well. There's loads of fish get caught on boilies, but there is a lot of crayfish in here as well, so they can whittle away boilies over time. So the way I'm doing it is sort of, if I'm putting a bait at long range, a boilie might be alright, but it might not. So for those ones I'm using tigers. Putting it out there, you know it's going to be alright. The crays don't eat them. For shorter range, yeah, the boilies, you know, I've got more faith in boilies, not only as an effective fish catcher, but they do tend to sort out them bigger fish as well. So, you know, I like to use them, and for the rods that are closer in, that I can change more often, they're the ones that I'm sticking the boilies on. Another beautiful day. We'll be on the move today, so we'll be going back to base and fish there for a few days, so looking forward to that. Yeah, bar of Spanish carp. They are typical wild carp, I suppose. They're long and fit and healthy. They live on crayfish most of the year and shellfish. And yeah, this one likes a bit of our bait too, which was his downfall. But yeah, what a lovely fish. They all look like they've never been caught before. Maybe they haven't, who knows. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. Okay, get this one back, start putting our gear together and move to another area. See you soon. Okay, just about packed, ready to go. Got a fair bit of stuff in my boat down there. Some of the heavy stuff. Get the boat weighed down, but that'll be towed behind. Edwin's just out in the boat getting the last of his rods in. A little bit of his gear to pack down there. We'll be ready to move. It's been good this swim, I've enjoyed it here. Only 3 nights, but we've had, what have we had? 6 or 7 fish, including Edwin's 53, which was gorgeous. So it's been good, and we might well come back here. But yeah, it's Joan's birthday tomorrow, so we're going back to fish from base, fish from the caravan, where there's been fish jumping anyway. So hopefully it's going to be good there, and we can stop there for a few days. If not, we might well be back here, but we'll see. Plenty of options. It's a big lake, no one here, just us. So we will see. The area out in front of where Edwin and Ressie live is a much wider and more open expanse of water, and the carp can literally pass through there at any time. But Edwin keeps the area baited, and he's caught well during the year from there as well, and the news was there was plenty of fish jumping in front of there, so things were looking good. Besides all of that, it was just nice to see the girls again, who I'm sure had been missing us while we'd been away. When it came to getting the rods out, time was getting on a bit, so Edwin said it would be better to go out and do it from his boat, which was a great idea. He's got waypoints logged into his echo sounder, so I knew I'd be going out to good areas and spots that had been baited, so yeah, it was a no-brainer. So, home for the next few days. This looks okay. There we are, some comfort. TV, electricity, all looks good. And down in the distance are the rods. A little bit of a trot down to the rods, but not far. And it is all downhill. Here we go. Phew. Well, an eventful first night in the caravan. God, it's been a really windy night. Yeah, I had one earlier in the morning and Joan's just getting one. Birthday carp, hopefully.
Right. Good.
Woohoo!
Well done. Birthday fish. Eh?
That's a nice one.
Yes.
Spanish carp, yeah, nice.
Lovely,
fish.
yeah?
Yeah, on the little. Perfect. And there we are. First day in the caravan swim, and how about that, eh? Fish
Yeah.
each.
And a happy birthday too.
Birthday carp.
Right.
Birthday carp for Joan.
Right.
First Spanish carp as well.
Yes.
And a carp each, so what could be better?
And some Dutch people, Ronnie and Kate and Linda and Ressie.
Yeah.
And
a good
Edwin.
day, haven't we?
Beautiful day.
Yeah.
Full of surprises.
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much for a lovely day.
Excellent.
And thank you, Mr. Carp.
Okay.
Make a wish. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joan. Happy birthday to you. Feliz cumpleaños.
We hadn't long put this one back out either, had we?
No, it's only for an hour.
I think it's just got stuck.
Stuck? Doesn't matter. Come in the boat.
You got a net there, haven't you? Oh, no, it's just coming free, I think. Yeah. There he's. Oh, so strong. Excellent.
Still is a nice fish, mate. Still is,
Well, that was one strong fish. It came from 12 metres, and I don't know where it ended up, but it was a long way out. It must have taken us 100 metres past where it was hooked. But we got him. It's times like this, I'm pleased we've got the caravan. Let's have a look at that out there. Oh, that's a proper storm. This time yesterday, we was nearly in t-shirts in the sun. And now look at it. We caught fish today, but I don't want to catch one at the moment. That is proper stormy weather. Oh, well, that was a proper good storm, that one. And thankfully the rods didn't go off in the middle of it. But when it had cleared up, one did go off, and what was on the end was one of the most special carp I've ever caught in my life. One of those special moments. This is amazing, this fish. So
19 kilos.
God, what a fish, what an absolutely beautiful fish. Well, this is one of them OMG moments. God, I mean, I had two dreams really when I came here. One, obviously, to try and get a 50 pounder and first catch a carp, but then try and get one of the famous rare mirrors, because they are rare, but they are stunning as well. And well, just have a look at this, because I'll tell you what, mirrors don't get much better than that. They don't get any better than that. What an amazing fish. 42 pound, a Spanish fully scaled mirror. God, absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it gave her a proper scrap as well. And I wish I'd grabbed the camera before coming down here, because it was a good, really good fight. But what an amazing fish. I'll have to just turn it around and show you the other side, because the other side is just as amazing as that side. Huge great rudder. Look at that. Incredible fish, isn't it? Absolutely incredible. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Don't get any better than that. Amazing. Well, there we go. We've had a great day already, but this just made it incredible. God, what a fish. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing, isn't it? Massive, absolutely massive. Beautiful. Yeah, it's a rough old day out on the lake today, and in conditions like this, I feel quite fortunate that we're in quite a sheltered bay here, so it's still okay to get the rods out the distances I'm fishing. Now, I'm not fishing that far out here really, but you do always have to be aware of conditions out there, because as you get out further, I don't know if you can see them on this, but there's big white caps out in the middle, so it's very rough out there. Edwin's got the gear for these conditions. This boat is a lot more stable, a lot more safe, and this is the boat we use for getting from area to area, and you do need it. On a lake like this, conditions change very quick, and if you've got to travel a couple of miles, you only need to go around a corner, or the wind picks up, and all of a sudden things are very different. So yeah, it's all about being aware of conditions and being prepared. But it's all here. Edwin's well kitted out. He's got his own vortex boat down there. See why? Out there at the moment, you wouldn't want to be stuck out in the middle of that in a little dinghy. There we go. Always think of safety first. Yeah, sun's just going down. I've left it a little bit late to do the rods really, but I needed to do a couple. And yeah, I had a few bleeps on one, my left-hander earlier, and I thought I'd better check it just in case. It's just as well I did. It was tempting to leave it, but yeah, actually the hair had broken and there was no bait on, so it was just left out with a bare rig that's been out there all day, which is a bit annoying, but it happens. But yeah, at least I sussed it out before it's too late. So yeah, putting it back out, and gradually it'll drop off to about 12 metres, just coming up to 11 now. For sure. Couple of little sprinkles, maize and tigers. I'm using boilies as well, not on this occasion though. I've left it a bit late and haven't been able to sort them out, so well, that was a nice surprise. Sat there all day looking out the window trying to see if fish were jumping, and couldn't see much. It had been the quietest day, and then we just sat down watching a film in the caravan, and yeah, off it went. A nice early evening common. Yeah, there we go. Still catching fish every day. Thought today might be the first blank, but this one changed all that, so there we go. Happy days, happy evenings. The carp world, this one. Hasn't been light long, but at 7 o'clock this one went rattling off, and gave a good scrap actually, but he's quite an odd shaped one. But yeah, £34, so a decent one. Nice fish, and shows there's a few out there. Yesterday evening the left hand one went off, and this was actually the same rod, so whether that means fish are coming in from the left, I don't really know, but it's a big bay this one we're fishing in, so they can come in from all sorts of different directions. But yeah, the important thing is they're coming in, so yeah, getting a couple of odd shaped ones now, but they're all very welcome.
in the camper van, really nice, and it's still hot out. But they took food and stuff.
Next morning I had just a few bleeps on my left hand rod, and I wasn't sure if it was a fish or not, but I went down and checked, and sure enough it was a fish kiting on the tight line. but as it kited, it becomes snagged firmly in something. So I went out in the boat to see if I could free it. Well, I've got it off snags. I don't know if there's a fish on there or not. There might be. Yeah, there it is, old cray pot, yeah. And there it is. Edwin called it right. He said, I bet it's on an old crayfish pot. Yeah, and sure enough it was. It was on the left hand rod, which was over there, and the indicator had dropped off, and it, yeah, just kited straight out. Snagged on a few different things out there actually, different, I don't know, maybe even more crayfish pots. But I remember Jim Lightfoot, when he was out here with Simon Crowe a couple of months back, he also lost a fish on one of these old crayfish pots. I think they're dotted around all over the place, loads of them. Because never mind. Well, it's been pretty quiet here the last couple of nights now. I've lost one this morning, obviously, but the plan was always to have a go back up the lake somewhere, and we're going to go back where we started for the first 3 nights, where Edwin had that lovely 53-pound common. So, you know, we know there's good fish in that area, and there were plenty of fish in that area. We baited before we left it, so yeah, we're going to go back there for 2 or 3 nights probably, and give that another go now. And so yeah, looking forward to that. See if some of those big ones have got back in there and are on the munch. Well, first day back in the original swim, and God, it's a really blowy day out there. We're lucky really, we're sheltered around the corner from the worst of it, but out in the main lake there's big whitecaps out there today. I don't know if you can see those fantastic lips on these fish, big crayfish eating lips, really nice and reddy sort of orange. Yeah, good to get a fish anyway. In the hot spot as well, on me boilie. Stop wriggling. Well, it's been a a good couple of hours. God, half asleep. At last that wind's dropped off a little bit and the cloud, and the fish have come back. As carp anglers, these are the mornings we dream of. Nice warm sun coming up, no other anglers about, and plenty of carp action. It was clear that we were on a group of smaller fish. The action was coming thick and fast, and they were all like peas in a pod, but all wild, hard fighting fish, so who was I to complain? Changing conditions today. The wind has turned a little bit. Big wind's gone anyway, that's the main thing. But yeah, this is another lovely golden fish. They're all this lovely golden colour. The problem with every great trip is that time eventually runs out. We'd had a great few days back in the original swim. Didn't bump into any of the big ones again, but loads of action from loads of hard fighting wild carp, so it was really good. But that time comes when you just have to get the rods in and pack away the gear. Then sadly it was time to say goodbye to the new friends we'd made and have just one more look at the lake before heading off. And before we knew it, we was heading back to the cabin on the ferry that would take us back to England.
It is with a very heavy heart. I must tell you, we cannot continue with Christmas.
And unfortunately, back to that same old doom and gloom that we had left behind a few weeks earlier.
With anyone outside their own household at Christmas. No support bubbles will remain in place for those at particular risk of burns.
I was happy enough just to look out the window and remember the happy times that we had had. Been a brilliant trip to Spain, and we certainly look forward to getting back there again next time.
Sending what's your message to people considering gambling and breaking the rules? Like, how long realistically do you think everyone will have to stay in tier 4? Is there any chance it's in place until enough people have the vaccine? And to the two scientists, is demonstrate impervious to social distancing measures? Might the 2-metre rule and existing face coverings no longer be enough to protect people? Would you try